Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Citadel of NewChurch. I'm your host, Captain, here to go over a recap that we have with Team H2O. This was the quarterfinals for the Arctic Blast League for the Minor League Clan Wars. It was a pretty good war. It really did come down to the final stretch. I think the last 3-4 minutes when both people finally went in. So kudos to these guys for a good war. Getting into the stats as a whole. Whee! Had a fair amount of people that got some sweet six packs. We got number 1 there with that Hawk. We do have the undeniable there with number 7. We got Dr. Oetker there at number 11. And if you ask him, he says our hit rate for 12v12 went downhill fast after he did his hits. We got Mammoth there with number 13. We got the Chastity Foil at number 16. We got Philippa's there at number 17. And then we got Asokan at 28 and Dragon at 29. We did have a fair amount of people that got some sweet shit hits. Those are the people that get that 95 to 99, enough to kind of fuck you over for not getting the triple, but hey, it is what it is. As for those kinds of people, we have number 27 with Unico with a sweet 98. We have Johnny at number 20 with a sweet 95. I'll give it to him. Albie got one with a 94. Myself with a 96 and a 99. We got Mubin at number 9 with a 97. Only with a 98 and a 96. And I think that was it. Yee. Okay. So getting into the actual hits as a whole. Whee! Chiku was the one I do believe was hit kind of early. But nonetheless, it was still done pretty sweet. He's going to start the Queen over there at 430. Her objective is to try to charge into this compartment with the Town Hall. Loons take out that Tesla. Yes, this was scouted. Wizard's just going to do his nice little thing to the outside. He's going to get picked off momentarily from this Archer Tower. Maybe not. Anyways, he is going to try to wall breaker into this compartment right here. Because there's no junction that connects into there, all he has to do is just get to that corner, and she will walk in to get to this town hall. King to the outside. That way the dumb bitch isn't going to do anything but go in. See? Wizard in behind the king to help speed him up. Healers are just enough in that range, so he is going to drop the freeze to make sure that she won't lose them to red bombs or anything as a Sam comes out and smokes her. CC's finally triggered. Just taking her a little time. Dropping the siege barracks here to the outside. That way that P.E.K.K.A is going to be tanking for this Archer Tower, so that way when he makes his push with the hybrid, it's going to go into this compartment here with the Wizard Tower Inferno. There is a triple bomb. Yes, again, it was scouted, so we knew it was there. So he just pops the ability, so they just fight through that, and hunky-dory. And then after that, he's got just a whole shit ton of wizards to the outside getting smoked there by that Tesla farm. Queen is going to get stuck on another wall. He does try to rage her up. She steps outside of it. It is what it is. She finally steps back in the right compartment to get to this pad, though, that helps speed up with the miners and hogs coming through. Has a baby up there at the 1 o'clock region for cleanups. Hoping that those hogs will take out that air defense before he gets into the range. I do believe he does get lucky with that. Like right there. Bam. Queen is going to take out that scatter shot. I do believe she ends up dying here, and then the healers are going to make a quick switch. Luna to help try to get to the expo and speed things up. Bloop, bloop. But overall, sweet hit. Well done to Mammoth. The next one we got is obviously number 2. This was also scouted. All attacks, I'll just rephrase. They were scouted, so if anything seems like we knew where the traps were, yeah, that's also a fun subject. Anyways, the Queen's going to start over here at the 2 o'clock region. Loons are going to help push her, so that way she's going to come over from 2 to 12. Wizard getting some easy percentage. Right about here is where we reminded him, oh shit, yeah, you might want to drop your healers. Making sure that they stay out of range of this wizard tower, which they do. He is going to Yeti Blimp into this compartment with this Inferno Tower, so that way his healers are going to stay up, hopefully take out the Queen into defenses as well. With the drop, Queen drops like a bad habit. Yeti's finishing off what's remaining, and now the Ice Golems are going to try to join to the party of the Queen at the 12 o'clock portion of this compartment. Luckily for him, his Queen kept walking around. Mine, when I tried this attack, went to this Wizard Tower, which was a total fail. But from here on out, King is going to do the outside funneling, while the Miners and Hogs are going to make the straight push into this Eagle. Scatter shot, he is going to have to double freeze. And then from here on out, just basically just do the heal, freeze, freeze, heal. Raging them up, try to get through this Town Hall and Multi-Inferno. Royal Champion takes out his. King is still up, rocking and rolling. Unfortunately, the Wizards behind him have finally petered out. But at this point, now that the Hogs have to retrack back to this Town Hall, thanks that it's so weak, just speed this right back up. The Queen is going to be able to take everything out from where she's standing. It is going to phase her ability to get through the King. And then from here on out, it's just basically quick shots and removes. She did get lucky, though, with that Royal Champion pad, because when we looked at it, if it wasn't there, she would have walked to the outside for something stupid, more or less. Just enough to piss you off. This is an attack with Sajid. Sending some Lunars. Tank for the Blimpers. Blimp's only job is to take out the Town Hall. He does end up getting it. Hoping to get an air defense as well. Sweet titties, got it. Cannon doesn't quite go, but hey, it is what it is. Dropping a poison to help speed up these ice golems because it's going to be a nice 10-second kill. We are performing the ultimate Reddit Viper standard of the funneling with the corner. What? With the Velk. Oh, I love it. King's down the tank for the Wizards at 6 o'clock to help remove some of these buildings, so that way she's going to try to walk down this channel. King is doing a phenomenal job. He is going to bounce back a little bit before he goes back overs. Hogs are coming in. Not really sure where that eagle was shooting, but we kind of got lucky with that. Rages the Queen to help speed her up. Hoping to get her to go in there and actually take out the enemy Queen. This is the moments like this where you're wondering, where the fuck is the Grand Warden ability? He has bigger balls than I do, so I don't know. Hogs are still pushing through. Dropping a freeze to make sure that they could probably get to this multi to get into the Archer Tower, Wizard Tower. Back end Hog with Loons to take out the Teslas and the Archer Tower. Loons are enough to do one drop shop. Royal Champion is going to die. Healers do switch. Hogs are going to get petered out. He does have to clean up down here to get to these buildings. The Queen is going to double back to get to this Royal Champion. And then from here on out, it's just more or less time. Speed this up. She's going to round the corner. The healers are going to get picked off from this air defense. She is phasing her ability to help speed her up. Luckily, the Warden didn't target the wall and actually targeted the Eagle like a good little bitch that he is and did the right thing for us, thankfully. So good hit to Shahid. Next one we have is number 5 with Mammoth. when he finally decides to go in. There he goes. He's going to start over there at the clocks. Queen going almost directly on top of that wizard tower, sniping it out. Healers off to the side. I do believe this was a fresh hit, hence the Sam not being tanked. Is going to get the Inferno before she retargets to the Queen. Steps up to get to the air defense, and then going on her merry way to get to this mortar. Bloop. Luna helps speed up the funneling for the Queens, even though the Queen does have to take the shot. King to the outside, making sure everything's hunky-dories. Try to get cheeky with this wall breaker to get to that corner. Gonna get the nice freeze. Using those remaining wall breakers, hits the rage, just enough to open that wall. If I was to ever try that, best of luck. Mammoth is a god. Loon coming in to try to soak up any more Sammies. Does end up finding one. And dying before he gets to the expo as well. Archers are going to peter out at the same time the Hound is about to pop. Minion coming in behind, nicely timed. Pops are decimated at this point. Minion is only here to tank up a red bomb if he can, which he don't. Going to send the Slammer to try to get to this Archer Tower. Unfortunately, the Tesla farm is going to deter it. King is still up, rocking and rolling at 12 o'clock. Loons are going to be coming in more towards the bottom to get to this Eagle Artilleries. Loons find the Disco Spell. Queen opens that wall, gets to the Town Hall, pops the ability to phase through that. Because of that nice wall junction, she's going to be able to keep rocking and rolling to get to that back and multi-target Inferno. Loons are coming in, trickling in behind. Hound is still alive as he pops right there, right as the Loons collapse on top of the air defense. Queen is basically swagged at this point. Gets the Warden ability to go through this Wizard Towers. Deciding to freeze and haste to speed things up for this attack, even though he had plenty of time. And he has the King still up, rocking and rolling at the end of this attack. So very well done. The next one we got is number 6. I do believe this is one of the few bases that we just, for whatever reason, we couldn't get it to triple. We kept getting high 90s. So we tried one other plans, and then he's just going to come down here at the 430s. She's going to go into these compartments down in here. Sniping out the air defense. Gets the Archer Tower, knowing that the Queen is no longer ever going to retarget to that Town Hall. Just worries about getting her into these compartments to get to the Infernos. Nice adjustment on the fly. Rage is just enough to get the healers. Drops the poison a little late, so make sure that he has plenty of time for those puppies. I think he dropped his archers to help speed up through those pups. Yep. And now she's going to go inside. Just letting her take her time. The King is on that Dark Elixir storage. Now he's going to be able to speed up and actually go around. Just trying to drop that wall breaker, seeing if it wouldn't come in here for this multi-target Inferno. Instead, he decides to finally go to the Town Hall, which the Queen will never go to. Dropping this Loon to try to soak up any more Sams that may be floating. Siege Barrack is dropped over there at the 2 o'clock. Miners are going to be pushed directly into this Town Hall. Let them activate the Town Hall before the Hogs finally get trickled in. As the Town Hall goes down, obviously hit the Warden ability, so everybody's hunky-dories. Right in here, he decides that I think it would be fine to call it this way. He swags the Rage because the Queen dies. But from here on out, it's just basically waiting for the Miners and the Hogs to go more into the core of this base. He does have a freeze, does have a heal in the bag. They're kind of all splitting up, hitting that Tornado Trap, which kind of sucks, but hey, the healers actually did transfer to some of these Hogs and Miners to help push more for that Ground Expo, so that way they could get this final push. Healers are still up enough onto these Miners, so that way they are going to help ensure the triple. Beep, beep. So this was a good hit for LB My Love. Next one I do believe is number 7. This is from Thomas. He is the Dutch man that likes wooden clogs. He is going to get a bowler bounce onto this wizard tower over there at 2 o'clock. Just waiting for that dumbass to die. And he did. So now the queen is going to be rocking and rolling from 3. Queen is just going to be hanging out. She is going to be able to get a couple quick snipes onto the king before finally having to drop the healers. He decides to drop a freeze, even though I think more or less it was swagged. Healers are going to remain outside of the range of this air defense, as the blimp is actually the one that doesn't get a Coco Loon. It just basically soaks up the sand right there. Bloop. Nice little tornado trap. All he needs is that Town Hall to drop. I do believe the Yeti might get it. Yep. And then from here on out, the Queen stays up. Queen is going to be able to engage the CC from right here. Loons are doing a pretty good job of tanking these outside defenses. Electing to rage the queen and not the healers, so that way she's just going to be sped up, taking everything out. Nothing's really threatening them, I guess, so screw it. She'll be fine. Dropping the wall breakers to try to test out the small bombs. Does trigger the 1. Gets the wall breakers to go in. She finally locks onto the queens. Nothing else threatening besides this multi-target Inferno and Expo. Now starting the miners up there at 1 o'clock. She's made a good push, so from here on out, she's just basically swagged. King to the outside, keeping those miners nice and tight. That's what she said. Trying to hold off as much as he can. Raging, trying to get to this Eagles. Queen finally bouncing outside, helping with the back-end defenses if needed. Everybody collapsing again on more of these defenses. Nicely tight funnel. Nicely placed everything. Well done to the wooden clog man. Bloop, bloop. With plenty of swag troops to drop. Next one we have is number 8. With the Green Goblin, the former leader of our clan. Said he was retiring, but he's a faggot. Dropping the queen over there at 10 o'clock. King to help ensure the funnels. King on king action coming momentarily. Enough to drop that archer tower, so that way he won't have to really lose too many troops. Bloop. Drops him like a bad habit. Queen is going to be able to step up into this air defense. CC was pulled. Unfortunately, he's going to have to wait a little time for that baby to finally kill off that king. Loons coming in to tank for this archer towers. Raging the queen to help ensure that she could take out this air defense. Bloop. Gets to the cannon. Gets to the expo. Wizard helped ensure that the queen isn't going to bounce out. So from here on out, she's going to be able to take out this expo, target the town hall. Electing the rage through that. So that way she could step up, get outside the range, and then get targeted by the queen, have to phase through the ability. Drops the poison. With the poison, it'll be helping out take out those pups. Again, that queen is outside of the range of that. Having to freeze the queen again. I don't know how his balls were that tight in order to get that nicely done. And then from here on out, he's just going to do the hybrid pushing in at the Inferno compartments. Queen is going to elect to shoot a stupid wall. P.E.K.K.A is still up rocking and rolling. Finally petered out, but at this point, hogs and miners are all tight and compact. Has one more heal that he's going to try to drop onto this multi-target Inferno into the back end side. dropping the loons for that corner hut, or not the corner hut, the corner archer tower at 3 o'clock. Queen again shooting a stupid wall. Tornado Trap kind of screwing things over, but he does have some miners in there, so they're going to be able to take out that Wizard Tower as the Hogs are being targeted. Queen finally stepping up and doing the right thing, taking out this Archer Tower. She will be able to step up and finish off that Wizard Tower, but well done. And then the next one is number 9. He's going to drop the Coco Loon, so that way the Queen's going to be able to drop a healers. More Coco Loons for her funnelings. Take out that mortar to help push her to go more towards 12 o'clock. One shot from the Queen takes out the Lunar. Baby up there at the top. Even though he is going to fall into the range of this air defense, the funneling is now formally complete. So that way she is going to step up and come into this compartment to enter into here for these town halls. I do believe she kind of like deters for a moment. Makes you think nothing bad's going to happen. Steps up for the king. Drops the rage to make sure that she's going to survive both the king, the archer tower, and the CCs. Electing to only worry about the pups that are about to explode. Kaboomy. Letting those archers just do their little thingy. Has the king down there at, say, the 4 o'clock with the E-Drags in behind. Queen finally finishing off the CC. Gets to the Wizard Tower before she bounces back to that Archer Tower. E-Drags are shooting through. And with the nice-ass chains that he does get into this attack, he is going to keep that Queen nice and compact and make it down this little aisle right here. Little zealous on that rage there, but hey, it is what it is. Queen just taking her time. Slammer frozen over top of this air defense, helping these E-Drags stay up and alive. Healers are finally going to start get picked off from this multi-target Infernos. Tornado finally triggered. Queen just phasing the ability to help speed up these dragons. One dragon's trying to be the hero to take out this multi-target Inferno by himself. Queen finally almost gets picked off by a giant bomb. E-Drag takes out the Archer Tower, so now these loons are going to die on top of the multi-target Inferno. Bloop, bloop. And then easy clean it from there. Whee! 9. Next one would be number 15. Bloop. This is Chastity Foil, I do believe Dubba Be Dubba. Queen's going to be starting down here at the 5 clerks. King at the 6. Minion help funnels. Letting them take their time. Queen finally deciding to engage this Grand Warden. Wallbreaker testing for traps. Nicely timed. She is going to be able to go in for this Inferno. Sorry, apparently I'm too gay for myself today. Deciding to finally go in. Was hoping to get that multi down before having to phase that ability, so not too many barbs would die. Small bombs will finish that off regardless. Was pretty sweet that the king went in and the barb stayed to the outside. Queen gets the nice jump. That way she's going to go straight into this expo compartment / eagle. Baby's trying to do his little job to the outside. Queen finally deciding to do the right thing. Target the eagle. I do believe she gets it before, yep, CC finally gets to her. Couple quick loons to get to that Archer Tower to make sure that she stays inside that compartment. King finally petered out over there at 10 o'clock. Couple quick archers to get some easy percentage. And then he's got the quick the quick E-Drags to get to the back end side of this base. Everything's going to be nicely chained. Queen is going to be nice and healthy where she's at, so she doesn't need to be any more rages. Queen stepping up again, tanking some more of these defenses before finally deciding to shoot a stupid wall, freezing the enemy Archer Queen and the Infernos. E-Drags are still up and healthy. I think he's only lost one at this point. Loons are tanking for these back-end Sams. Nice chains taking out these Infernos. Hidden Teslas. Derpa derpa. And then from here on out, just clean up. Now the Queen finally shoots a decent wall that she would need. And then backtrack for this Archer camp. Whee! Next one we got is 21. Again, dubba be dubba. He is Indian, so if you want to refer to him pooping in the streets, by all means, hit it. Archer Queen is engaging a lot of heat into this compartment. Trying to get this wall breaker entries. Finally stepping up so that way all these expos are tanked. Gets that compartment open. Please, God, no. Go away. I paid my bills. Thank you. Okay, Raging the Queen one more time with the poison. Damage CC, so it's easily handled. Takes out the witch. Skeletons will get petered out before anything else happens, deciding to freeze the two expos and queen, and not the sweeper. King to the outside, making sure that she stays inside. Getting to that wizard tower. She's going to bounce up to this pad, and then finally bouncing back to where she needs to be for this expo. Still outside of range of that Grand Warden, so she will be fine. Now she's finally going to be start taking some shots. Raging her up, so that way she'll be nice and healthy. King popping his ability to round the corner. Takes out the sweeper. Takes out the Inferno. Tanking with a Coco Loon for this multi-target Inferno, so the Slammer will be able to get in there and take it out. Queen is still tanking for the Eagle, obviously, since nothing else has been dropped. Durka Durka. Couple minions over there at 12 o'clock for the easy percentage. Phasing the ability, now the healers are going to have to endure one shot. Grand Warden is targeting them, but she will be able to take it out with a nice 4 shots there. Bloop. And then easy Lalo to the outside, easy picking trash. Eagle elects to decide to target a Hound. Now into the two random Loons. Getting a quick freeze, couple Loons to the outside, but from here on out, it's easy pickings. Queen finishes off Eagle, and then, yeah, still has Loons and minions in the bag. Plenty of cleanup all around. Finishing off the King, finishing off the base. Well done. Then for the last one, I do believe we have number 26. Get another attack with the Wooden Clog Man. Whoop. Starting up there at 1 o'clock with his Kingers. Holes in the base, so obviously this is an old one that he hasn't bothered moving camps and stuff around. Queen finally going down towards this air defense. King popping his ability, try to speed through some of these outside buildings. Phasing the Queen, trying to get her into that air defense. Bloop. She is not going to get it. Slammer coming into this Inferno Tower. Starting the Lalo immediately after. CC is pulled. It is damaged, which actually kind of sucks, but luckily it is going to be nice and dandies to a degree because the baby and the witches are going to get killed off by the poison and the few pups that there are. And then easy Lalo coming around. Skeleton Trap is, or Skeleton Spell is going to handle the witches' skeletons very easily. has his own baby inside the CCs. Electing to hold on to these spells for the back end side, air defense / multi. Has cleanup all around for the back end side, so it's not like he's in much of a rush. Freezing the multi, freezing the air defense in one go, and then bloop, and then cleanup. So well down to the Wooden Clog Man. And with that, it wraps up our recap for the war we have with Team H2O. Very well done. Some of us consider this a nice little rematch for the finals for Team H2O versus YOLO mode, since a lot of us dueled from over there. We love these guys. Kudos to you. And with that, have a good one.